Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly, and I've got a good one for you today. Always love coming out to this lake, but your data's for sale, and this one's scary. So before I get into it, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and today we have a sponsor, Atha Energy, which I'll talk about in a little bit. First things first, guys. 23andMe. 23andMe is a familial biotech company that gets your genetic data and does biomarkers and also tells you your family history and connects you with people. And I mean, these companies are incredibly valuable. What they do is they take basically all your personal information, the most secret personal information, which is, the makeup of your body, your genetics, your DNA, and then they store it. Now, this last week, somebody broke down and said, listen, I have over 1 million people that we're selling. And you guys, I am telling you, I would never do this myself. I would never be on one of those sites, because I met these people during my days of running medical conferences, and there were a lot of people that were trying to do the same thing that 23andMe was doing. Now, 23andMe is clearly the biggest company in this space, but they got hacked through the back door. Not that the company was hacked. Now think about this. This is what's fascinating. What they did was they broke through people's accounts through their name and their passwords, and then they pulled their family data and compared all that, which is pretty amazing. Again, these hackers are not stupid people. What they do and how they come up with this is absolutely amazing. But this case, this is scary, because what they have is they have your genetic makeup. And this is incredibly valuable to people. It's incredibly valuable to 23andMe because they sell that data, and they, health practices, your gender, your ethnicity, all of this stuff is what is for sale with these companies. And if you don't think that they do this, you're kidding yourself. And the reason why I say that this is scary is that when I was running medical and biotech conferences, I would have these guys that were like, hey, we're going to have a free, genetic lab that's going to compile everything, and it's going to be absolutely free to join, and we're just going to take your data, and you're going to give us the stuff, and we're just going to share it. And well, what do people get out of this? Well, they can maybe find out a long lost relative. They can find out more about their background and more about their health. No, these guys were weirdos, guys. Some of these people I wouldn't trust with a lunch ticket, or a parking ticket. I mean, it's just, they were spooky guys. Yes, they were smart. Yes, they were doctors on some of these guys, but they were kookaburras. But now you've got these companies that are selling data that is your most personal data. And you can sit there and say, who cares about this? You're kidding yourself, because I'm telling you, you're going to be able to start seeing this stuff, and they're going to start holding people hostage. This is what sets things like medical prices, as far as insurance, as far as medical services, everything. This is horrible. But be leery of this company. Say no to this stuff, guys. Say no to, hey, do you want to log into your Capital One account and give your eye scan? No, why? Here's my password, okay? No. And also, if you don't get motivated to change your passwords and things like that, well, I'm Alice123. Your Alice123 just got hacked by 23andMe. Now, the company is saying, hey, listen, we're not aware of any hacks right now, but if you don't think that this has happened, they wouldn't do this way. This wouldn't be reported everywhere, but this data is so sensitive, and this is one of the worst ones I've ever heard of as far as all the hacking, because of what they can do with your genetic makeup, what they can do with your family's history, connecting you to other people. This is awful, but this is so incredibly valuable. In the medical space, the testing space, if you're going to develop a blood test, or let me just get simple, blood test or some genetic type of test, and you could get this data really cheap without having to do regular clinical trials, you don't think people are going to buy this stuff? They're going to buy it already, okay? So we're going to see this more and more and more right now, okay? So share your thoughts on this stuff. I'm telling you this, guys, right now. I've told so many people not to do this. And again, the reason why I tell them not to do this, if you met these doctors and the marketing people and the people that were doing this in my space, in the medical and biotech space, you'd run from this, okay? It's not protected. Yes, they catch criminals doing this, but there's a thing called touch DNA too, where you could have touched something. What if you walked into a building and they blamed you for touch DNA from something 10 years ago, okay? That's coming. So be leery of this stuff. If you have a 23andMe account, get ready. There'll be a lawsuit and you'll be able to get $9 back, okay? The next thing is the lawsuits that are happening to the MGM Grand and Caesar's Palace. There are nine federal lawsuits already from the hack attack that happened on that casino. Because what they have is, when you stay at those places, you put your personal information, you join the clubs, you sign up, and you're at a casino, you give them your social security number. They have everything: your income level, your social security level, your address, your phone number, everything. And that's being sold to the black market. Now, MGM is tooting its own horn right now, saying, hey, listen, we didn't pay. We fought these scammers and we didn't write these guys a check. Okay, they're admitting that they lost $100 million. The rumor is that it's really $150 million that they've really lost. But think of the ongoing expense of what they're losing right now for this company, because it is staggering right now. Do you want to go to these places? Do you want to sign this? Because you know that there's going to be a new release that, hey, please understand that this stuff does happen and we do everything we can to protect you, but you're on your own, okay? Man, oh man, oh man. So what do you guys think about this? I mean, I just think that, MGM can toot its own horn right now and talk about how great this is, but we haven't seen anything yet because of the follow-up with this. But the data, your personal genetic DNA data, is a big deal. You don't want this stuff. You don't want your medical history out there with anybody, okay? That's why we have like HIPAA rules and all this stuff about your medical privacy. It's done for a reason, so that you're protected. So share your thoughts on this stuff right now, but this one was disturbing to me and I had to make the video on this. So let me know what you're thinking about this stuff so far. Let's talk about our sponsor, Atha Energy Corporation. Their ticker symbol is SASKF, and they are a uranium miner. Now, this company, you guys have asked for this. Hey, how about some new companies? Here you go, guys. This is a brand new, newly listed company on the stock exchange. And the thing that's fascinating about this company is that it was 10 years in the making before they went public. They have been accumulating land and getting themselves ready for uranium mining. And let's face it, guys, nuclear is the future for mining. And when you look at all the companies and all the investments that's going in there, SASKF is prime to potentially take off. We have seen uranium spike in price, and you've just seen the beginning of it. Here in the United States, we use more uranium than any other country in the world. We use 35% of it. And what this company has done is they've set up uranium mines, and it's absolutely fascinating because, this is not traditional mining where you go dig a hole and see if you've got uranium. Use an electromagnetic process where you fly over and then they test the land and then they go drill. They have not drilled yet with this company, but what they have is the largest land position inside the Athabasca region, which is known for uranium in Canada. So Atha Energy is prime to spike. And you guys, it's kind of exciting because they own 3.4 million acres of land in this region. And it's absolutely, amazing as far as the size of the land, the management team that they've put together. Take a look at SASKF and, let me know what you guys think about this. I think it's exciting myself. Because when you look at all these different companies in the United States and, how we have to power cities and how we have to power big business, even Bob Kudla, who I've had on the show, a dozen times, This guy says his big investment is uranium right now. And look at Microsoft. Microsoft right now is going to build their data centers. How are they going to power these data centers? They're not going to use, wind, solar. No, they're going to use nuclear. They're going to have their own nuclear power plants that they're going to have. And these nuclear power plants are basically going to be the size of a gas station. And they're going to have this. And this is powered by uranium. So you're going to see the need for uranium take off. In the 70s, uranium spiked. It went from $4 to $40 a pound. Now you're ready to see uranium absolutely go through the roof. This company is poised under $1 a share right now, and you could see it absolutely take off. So take a look at SASKF today. Something very interesting because of the problems in the region, and that is Iraq just announced that in January of 2024 they're no longer going to do any transactions in US dollars. So found that to be very fascinating with what's going on in the world right now. Out of the UK, I got an article sent to me about online scammers and what they're taking from people. Think about this. Since the end of 2021, which is 2022, and through 2023, there has been $2.7 billion worth of scams that people have clicked on via social media. Think about that. You're on Facebook and you see, hey, do you want to get rich? Click on here. Hey, do you want this? Click on here. Instagram, these are all things that, eventually get reported, but they usually get reported after somebody has clicked on it and fallen for this. But the worst thing about this is that the money is staggering, $2.7 billion worth of this stuff. And I have heard so many people right now, so many people that have had these problems with online scams. And, I've had things happen to me lately, okay? And I'm gonna share more of them with you guys in the coming weeks just because they were concerning, to say the least. But when someone dies, man, it is awful, the stuff that comes out. And the stuff I can share with you right now is that people, act like they're a creditor. People act like, hey, I've got money that she has coming due. And after the first one, it was like, click here and give me your information and we'll send it to you. I went to a bank that she had and I said, what is this? And one of them was a legitimate thing. One of them was not. But the bank owner, the bank person that is responsible, that's not the owner, but the manager of the bank, she was telling me what a problem this was and how people fall for this stuff in their time of grief. So, they use everything from romance scams to get rich quick schemes to even in your sports. I'm getting a lot of people that are writing me about mountain biking and about how they are doing different sports. And hey, do you want to buy this bike? It is, $300 off. And it is just crazy that you're like, oh, wow, that's a great price. The bike's only $800. So let me look at that. And then you're giving them all your data and it's absolutely a scam. So you have to be really careful when you click on this stuff. It seems like we've been hit by a lot of scams lately, and in this video, it really seems like we have a lot of them. But here's another one for you. Truist Bank, which I've had people write me about Truist Bank, ATMs being down, problems. Well, Tiffany Allen from Southwest Florida, she had someone steal $270,000 from her business bank account with 5 separate transactions. And what's crazy is Truist is basically of no help to now she has to sue Truist Bank. Now, you're sitting there saying, how could somebody steal $270,000? Well, it's easy, but it's not. And what I mean by that was, think about this. What is your verification phone number? Someone went in and changed that and didn't contact her. Is that crazy? Someone changed the password on the account and didn't contact her. Well, right there, I'm thinking, oh, that screams for lawsuit city right there. And they're like, yeah, we just don't know how they did it, and don't know how the system didn't catch it. Well, who cares? Give me my money back. You guys are totally responsible for this. So 5 separate transactions to our business. And that's the thing about a business account is, everybody thinks, oh, all you do is go to the bank every day and make money. You have expenses. You've got to pay for materials, supplies, office staff, everything out of that 270 grand that was stolen. And it completely decimated the company and hurt her. So again, Truist Bank. Anybody ever dealt with Truist Bank and had any type of similar thing? But I am telling you this right now, guys, you have to go into your bank accounts and you have to make sure the password is good. Check your address, check your phone number, check your email. The fact that these people could change things like that on an account, man, that is scary. That's unbelievable. That's what made me do this video, even over the 23andMe shenanigans. So protect yourself by being vigilant with your banking and with your credit cards and with everything. Look at your credit report. Do it at least once every 6 months, because the last thing you need is some guy to go out there and get a credit card at 42% interest rate and go buy himself $10,000 bicycles and charge you for it. So this is insane. But the fact that they didn't do this. So anybody deal with Truist that has any good response to this? So speaking of banking, Marty sent me something, and I want to show you guys something that is absolutely unbelievable. Marty went to Chase Bank, and before he could log into his account, they made him agree to 127-page data on this. So what we're going to do is, I tell these next few stories, I'm just going to run through this terms and conditions that you'd have to agree to, because again, no one reads this. The only thing that I can tell you is that you have no privacy. They're going to do whatever they want with your data. You are their victim, and you're tied up, blindfolded, and you're at the gangplank when it comes to banks like this. But look at this, guys. I'm still talking about this, and it's just scrolling right there. Isn't that awful? Now, one other thing. We talk a lot about real estate lately. Here's a real estate nightmare for you. Las Vegas, the listings for Las Vegas, which is one of the destinations that people want to move to in the United States, is down 50% in September. Listings for properties for sale were down 50%. 50. Okay, 50%, guys. That is insane. That is unbelievable. Now, when I talk to some of the realtors in the area, they're like, yeah, Dan, it's dead. It's dead market. And the other thing that's down right now, which is even better, are the building permits. Well, wait a second. People aren't doing home improvements? No. People aren't adding on to major construction? No. People aren't getting building permits for new construction either. Now, separate story, and that is that high-end properties are still booming, and they're going like gangbusters. Well, the only reason I can think of that in Vegas is that they're cheaper than other areas in the country. So, share your thoughts on this, and isn't this wild, guys? I'm still running through. That's the terms and conditions. Okay? The link will be below so you guys can read this. But thank you, Marty, for sending me this and sending this to the channel, because it's Looneyville that we're supposed to agree to this. And biometric data, give me your palm print, lick this, give me your saliva print. It is nuts, guys, right now that people are being subjected to this to check their bank balance. Okay? Let me know what you think about all of this so far. I'm going to finish this video with these last few stories. And one final thing on Atha Energy is that there's another company in the region, NextGen, which is trading right around $7.50 a share. Basically, it's a bigger company, but their holdings in that area are much smaller. So Atha's got potential to explode. And if you look at it, something under $1, SASKF, and where NextGen's at $7.50, it could be explosive as far as the growth. Glenn Kelman, the CEO of Redfin, man, oh man, did this guy put a damper on the real estate market. And I'm going to end the video with these last two stories. The first thing is he says, listen, we will not see a bottom through 2024. Guys, there's your real estate success story right there. This guy does not see this thing bottoming out in over a year right now. He sees nothing but problems. Why would you buy a house right now if that's what they're talking about? Man, oh man, that is crazy. And the final thing, I just needed to add this, is that Warren Buffett's been selling some stock lately. He just sold $8 billion, and you know, I think the total was $33 billion over the course of the last year, but Warren Buffett knows something. But I love that he called Bitcoin rat poison. You guys are gonna buy some of that rat poison? So he's not a big fan of Bitcoin. So please don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you want to email me, hello@iAllegedly.com. But are you buying any rat poison Bitcoin anytime soon? And I just want to end this because I walked all the way over here. Isn't this crazy how this lake completely gets the solid coverage like that? It's very cool. So onward and upward, guys. I'll see you very soon.